Get your Social Security Administration account set up ASAP. I'm going to share with you an email I got from my man Gavin, who tells me he did that and he's glad he did because it changes everything. You will know exactly what your benefit is. You can play with the numbers in terms of determining if you quit your crappy old job now, if you quit later, if you reduce your income, the whole thing. So let's read what my man says here. So he wanted to know if his Social Security numbers were right in the right capital software. I said, look, at the end of the day, the best way to do it is go directly to the horse's mouth, which is ssa.gov, and sign up for an account. It was a great idea. I did as you suggested and roughly figured out what my benefit would be if I stopped work early at age 55 and at age 60, but claimed at 70. I shamefully admit I guess I didn't truly understand the Social Security Administration statements that show what the benefit would be at 62, 67, and 70 because I was always under the impression, not sure why or where I started thinking this way, that I would receive those monthly benefits as long as I retired and then waited to be one of those filing ages at 62, 67, or 70. I think it's partly due to me not understanding the system, my definition of retirement, and the language they use. I completely agree. In fact, Social Security Administration on their thing says you retire at this age as opposed to stop and work. And they use those two things interchangeably, and they're complete. No. It doesn't mean that. It's just, anyway, so the website says your estimates are based on the assumption you will earn XXXX dollars a year from now until retirement. I'd feel this is misleading because what is retirement to the Social Security Administration? Is it working and filing at full retirement age? No, retiring for the Social Security Administration is when you file for benefits, which is not the same thing as actually retiring. That's the thing that drives me crazy. Is when you file for benefits is when Social Security Administration thinks you're retired. It really does come down to your career earnings when you stop and work and you claim benefits. Your career earnings when you stop and work and when you claim. To really understand what those monthly benefits mean, one should go to the SSA website and utilize their calculations. Those three age points that the Social Security likes to show as possible monthly benefits is confusing. Maybe I found your next video. Either way, I had an aha moment by browsing the SSA website and figuring out what my numbers are. It was very informative. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, you got it, man. It's even worse than that, actually, because it doesn't show you the cost of living adjustments. This is one of my pet peeves and why so many people are down on Social Security. They'll take the trusty calculator. They'll put $10,000 a year into an account and they'll grow it at 6% a year. And then they'll say, I'll have $2 million by the time I'm 70 years old, and I take 5% of that a year. As what is that? $100,000 a year, and Social Security is only give me $32,000 a year. But that's the problem is Social Security only shows you today's numbers. It doesn't inflate it based on average wage indexes, cost of living adjustments after 60. It doesn't do any of that. It just says as of today. If you made this kind of money until your full retirement age, the same salary you're making now, your benefit today would be $2,700 a month. It doesn't inflate that at all, which is in terms of give you cost of living adjustment, inflation. It does not. It just says your benefit today is this. If they were to show you the inflated amount, like what it would be, we'll just say a 2.5% or whatever they're using for cost of living adjustment, 2.6, it'd be a whole lot different. And people, I'm telling you right now, people say, because think about it. You need 50. I'm 49 years old right now. All right. So I'm 49. We'll say I need $5,000 a month for Charlotte and me. $5,000 a month. That's $60,000 a year. Actually, let me just double check. Yeah, $60,000 a year. I'm going to retire at 67. So I have 18 years. I need $60,000 a year is what I need when I retire at 67. So that's my monthly, my annual amount I need as income is $60,000 a year, $5,000 a month. So I hit present value. I do 18. Is a number of years I'm waiting for. I need that money. And we're going to say we'll just do a 3% inflation. And then that means I need $102,000. So in this case, in 18 years, the $60,000 I need today, adjusted with a 3% rate of return and for inflation, is $102,000 by the time when I say 67. So my Social Security benefit doesn't reflect that. It just reflects what I'm getting today at 20. I think my last statement said $2,500 a month at my full retirement age. Does that make sense? So $2,500 a month at my full retirement age in today's numbers is what's that? $30,000 a year. I hope that makes sense. So I need 50,000, 60,000 a year of income. I'm getting $2,500 a month in Social Security. One of those things is going, which is my income needs. The other is staying flat, which is my income from Social Security. So, hey, you got your llama? So right now, I need Social Security in today's numbers, not adjusted for inflation, would provide me 60% of my income because I need 50. I need or half 50% of my income because I need 60,000 a year of income at retirement. In today's numbers, Social Security is paying me 2,500. Again, 60,000 a year income, 30,000 from Social Security. Fast forward to inflation, I need 100,000 a year in income in 18 years. But Social Security has only shown me I'm still getting 2,500 bucks a month at 67 full retirement age. So now it's only showing me I'm getting 30% of it because they're not adjusting with cost of living, which is nuts. And so people look at their Social Security and say, "Oh man, no wonder why I can't retire." And adjusted for inflation, my income needs are $100,000, but my Social Security statement says right here I'm only getting 2,500 bucks a month. It's frustrating to me. So that's why you got to play around the numbers and show what happens, and just you got to understand this stuff, and that way you can just relax. Josh, Social Security will still give you half the income you need in that scenario. It's just we got to adjust both for inflation. You can't just adjust expenses for inflation and not the income. You got to adjust to both, or don't adjust either. But it's got to be a fair deck, and it's not in this regard, which I don't understand why Social Security doesn't get. All right, we'll see you.